with you guys. Many of us are not here up till yet, so I hope the other members, class members, will be joining soon. Okay, let's move on. This is the impact of online, uh, uh, I cannot see the whole customer services. The impact of uh, online sales probably to customer services. So you see, now we are talking about the online. Online has become the inevitable necessity of the current scenario. You see, since the global pandemic, the people do not want to go out and have shopping. So people are preferring the online orders and online purchasing of the necessity goods at least. And after some time, they will be purchasing the other goods as well through online. So you see there are many competitors and many players in the market who never seen before the outbreak of pandemic, especially in Karachi. So you see people are preferring to buy online, though they are buying uh, through the physical store as well, but they are preferring online. And especially when the Eid occasion is very close by, so there are many people who has already started purchasing through the online retail store or the Facebook pages and the other social media. So the online is the people are accepting online businesses, and people are interacting more, people are using more, since this has one of the safest way of uh, purchasing or having uh, uh, the goods with you in a less hassle manner. So you see these are the customer services which has impact. Let's see what is the impact. Is it the positive impact or the negative impact? So we will be seeing one after another all the dimensions of customer service. So customer experience, we see the customer experience, improved access. The access to the people is improved. Customization is there. Whenever you log into the website of any retailer or any manufacturer, you see the page is customized according to your needs and wants. So what do? You have the good experience, customer experience, when you see the things customized according to your needs and wants. Next is convenience. It gives more convenience since you don't have to go, you just have to give the order from anywhere in the same city or the another city. You can give order, okay, and you can get the products. So the convenience is too much there, and you don't have to stay in the long queue of customers. You are sitting on the couch and ordering many products and getting the products as per your convenient time and place. And sometimes you can pick up the product from the store. It depends upon the offerings of these from offering of the store. So you see the customer experience has improved overall. If you see, it has improved very well. Accessibility, customization, and convenience. The second is faster time to market. The faster time to market is important because uh, for every manufacturer, it is the most important, and it shows the grip of any manufacturer to market. For example, the good companies which has the good distribution setup and uh, very strong hold of their distribution. So they are in uh, uh, very quick in reaching to market. But if you see, they still take a month to reach all of their customers, since many of the customers are not being given services on the daily basis. So what happens? The twice a week, thrice a week, or four times a week, once a week, and fortnightly, their representatives visit the customers, and when they visit the customer fortnightly, they can make the product available after 15 days at least. So at least 15 to 1 month, 15 to 30 days is the time in which the product is available to the market. I remember in L'Oreal, we made the product available in uh, in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks time, and we reached up till 8,000 customers. So when the L'Oreal Pakistan launched the face washes for the first time, uh, they launched with the 6 variants, and we tried to reach the market as early as possible. Uh, with the We tried to reach the market as early as possible, but still it took us more than 2 weeks. So you see, the reaching to the market takes a lot of time and efforts. So, but as far as online is concerned, online you are very quick with sharing the information, and the product is available to the warehouse. Since for the online sales you have a segregated and dedicated warehouse where you can move the product. So the product just have to be available to few warehouses. For making the product available, the product has to be in few warehouses. But in the physical store, you need to be at least to 10,000 to 20,000 outlets for reaching to market. The next is order visibility. The order visibility is important. You see, customer is more satisfied when the customer gets to know, uh, when one gets to know that his order is at which place and what is the status of his order. So this is very important and interesting. Very few uh, businesses give this option, especially the I may say courier companies. They give this option, and it is well taken there, and people are used to of having the visibility of their orders. The next is returnability. So returnability is harder. It is the most challenging part of the, if you see, it is the most challenging part in the whole uh, customer service dimension in the online sales. Returnability, it is one of the hurdle in improving the online businesses, because the people are uncomfortable, and people has so many apprehensions, inhibitions to use the online uh, stores and buying online. And one of the reason is returnability. So people are doubtful. People have their suspicions on the store's returnability policy. Since the returnability is the main concern of the buyer, since buyers cannot feel the product, they cannot touch the product, so they always have the doubts in their mind. So returnability must be the clear option by the online retailers. If there is an option, clear option, then the customer will be comfortable. So you see, harder with online orders. It is harder for online orders. It is not easy because there is a high chance. If you see the statistics, there are more than 20% orders. Usually, it is common, very common. Not for the single company. or you may say for a single company, you will find more than 30%, more than 40%. So you see at least 20% there is returnability of the product, or there is return of the products. I happen to know through one of my friend that he returned the order of shirts because of the product quality, and he ordered the shirts in a very low price, that is 400 rupees. In 400 rupees he ordered two shirts. So you see, two shirts in 400, the fabric quality, how can the fabric quality could be good? There is a very little chance. So you see, the customers has their own expectations, and sometimes the retailers become also the reason of the returnability. But the customer expectation is also the important factor in returnability. Okay, so proportion of returns likely to be much higher. So I already told you the proportion as compared to physical store is much higher, and the reason I already discussed with you. So this is the important and the challenging part in the online business. Next is direct sales to customers. Direct sales to customer has become much more easier due to the social networking channels, which allow firms to directly pitch products and promotions. It is not expensive, and you can always, I may say, you can always intercept your customers in different social networking channels, and you can pitch your new promotions and products. So this is something very appealing for the online retailers. Flexible pricing, product portfolio and promotions, uh, manage revenues from product portfolio more effectively than traditional channels. What happens? Flexible pricing, product portfolio and promotions, these are uh, some of the important offerings the retailers give. The pricing is flexible, the product portfolio and promotions are aligned. For example, whatever product you usually buy, it comes in your favorite, and you are recommended all its promotions, and whatever pricing they have, you get to know. So these things really appeal the customers, and it is uh, very good for the online retailers, since the retailers usually try to earn through the portfolio. For example, if you buy 4 products from a retailer, the retailer wants to have one of the product in which the retailer has a good margin, one of the product in your bag, in your shopping bag, which has the more margin than other products. So what the retailer tries to increase the sales of the high margin product, since the retailers. Acha. Direct sales, one of the uh, point I would like to reiterate. Direct sales to customers, when you directly reaching the customers and pitch your products and promotions. Okay, so through social networking channels, you can pitch your product, since you get a lot of information. Whenever the customer log into your website, you get most of its information through the user ID and password you use. So the customer allows you to get his information. So through this information, through this data, you are able to catch the customer at the social networking channels. So when you get to know about the customers, the most where your most of the customers are, so you can invest on the social networking channels. Plus you can also invest on the customer basis. For example, few customers are giving you a very good number of business, so you can particularly invest uh, to these customers where you are getting the most business. So the target marketing has become very much easy. Or let's not talk about marketing. The reaching to the customer has become very much easy, and uh, it is quite appealing for the retailers to use this online channel. So we just have discussed the flexible pricing, coded portfolio, and promotions. That how the retailers try to get the most out of every customer through the through selling the product which has the higher margin. Efficient funds transfer. So in online sales we have the efficient funds transfer, and due to the efficient funds transfer due to the efficient funds transfer, through credit card or through debit card or COD, cash on delivery. So cash on delivery, you see, the cash on delivery is really beneficial for any retailer because they don't have to pay taxes. They Nobody knows their sales, the exact sales, because the exact sales uh, can be audited, or it can be accounted for when the transactions are online or through the banks. So when there is no usage of banking, so there is a high chance that they will show some the forged figures or the fake figures uh, to the taxes revenue departments. Acha, I guess we have missed a slide in between. Uh, that is this slide. So these are the three dimensions we just missed out. The response time to customer. You see the response time to customer is, let's see what is in it. Physical products take longer to fulfill than a retail store. Physical products take longer to fulfill than retail stores. So basically, it takes longer. You cannot make the products available to 400 customer instantly. Like the online firms, they give days to their customer for making the product available at their doorstep. Days, and sometimes a week as well. So you see, there are different options in which the customers give the different options. So physical products take longer to fulfill than retail stores. Uh, so this is the challenge. No delay for information goods, but there is no delay for information goods. I mean, there is no delay at all. Okay, so information is very quick, and the response time to customer as far as information is concerned, it is tremendously quick, and there is no comparison because you see the thousand of products. You remember I gave you example in chapter number 2, Sunil Chopra book, supply chain, comparative supply chain strategy, that the jewelry shop, online jewelry shop, which has the far greater product line or product portfolio than the physical store. I remember 70,000 products in the online jewelry shop, 70,000, as compared to physical store which had only 1,000 products. So you see there's a humongous difference, and or this difference is really appealing to the customers. The information is very quick, and the variety is too much. The next is product variety, which we just talked about. Uh, it is easier to offer large selection. It is very much easier, and it is you just have to show the photo of the product, nothing else. No matter the product is available in your warehouse or not. No matter the product is available in your warehouse, but you can show the photo of the product. And when you get the order, you can get the product from the distributor or the manufacturer sometimes. So you see the product variety is far more than the customer's expectation. So it is really appealing to the customers. And actually it is one of the benefit for the buyer and for the seller as well. They can offer and they can purchase. Product availability, aggregating inventory and better information on customer preferences improve product availability. So as I already told you that they have the dedicated warehouse for the online supplies or for the online sales. So they have the aggregating inventory. Aggregating means the combination or the summing up inventory. Due to the summing up inventory, they have the better information on customer preferences, improve product availability. Since they have the better information about customer preferences and they keep the database of that, it improves product availability for them. For example, the customer, like whenever I go to any retail outlets, I usually buy a few products which are on my priority. So whenever I log in to the online retailer, the retailer start offering me the product promotions and different uh, uh, pricing plans. So because of that, it improves the product availability. The retailer gets to know that whenever Hamza will come, he will purchase 4 products. So the 4 products of that quantity has to be available in the warehouse. So they have the more information, and you notice whenever you go to the physical store, nobody asks you your information. For example, has you ever been anywhere where you are asked about the information of your, for example, what is your name and other details, other demographics of yours? They never ask you because they are not interested. Plus, they don't have the infrastructure of getting the information about it. But over here in online, they have the infrastructure of having the information, getting the information. Now there's another question: are they capable of using that big data which they are keep gathering from different customers? This is another question, and it depends upon the investment of the customers. Yeah, how much the retailers are interested in investing and taking out best out of that huge data which they are keep getting from different customers. Could you guys please hold on for a second? I will be back. Now it is well connected. So the customer preferences, I hope you have understood this point. The product availability is improved because of the information about the customer preferences and likings. Okay. So you see, these are the cost we are about to talk about. These are the cost. So let's see what is the impact of online sales on the cost. So inventory, lower inventory levels if customers will wait. If customers are willing to wait, so there will be less inventory levels. Okay, let me explain it to you. The inventory is lower because the customer is allowing a day to get their orders. When the customer is allowing you for delay in their orders, in their deliveries, so you do not need to keep all the inventory with you. You can pick up the products from the suppliers, either the manufacturer or the distributor for managing your lower inventory. So over here you see lower inventory levels. If customer will wait, obviously customer usually wait. In online sale, the customer never expects a very quick delivery. Never expects. If you give the customer the quick delivery, they will be amazed and surprised, but usually they do not even expect it. So when you can postpone the delivery, you can have the lower inventory, because when you don't have to deliver the product to the customer in a very short span of time, so you don't have to keep the inventory. Inventory can be kept at the supplier's end, at the supplier warehouse. Okay, so you can lower your inventory easily, and this is one of the major impact on cost, since the inventory is the current asset, and it requires a lot of your investment, and it really is quite it has quite considerable weightage in your assets. So you don't have to be worried about this asset turnover. Acha ji, next point is postpone variety until after the customer order is received. So you can postpone, as we have already discussed, variety until after the customer order is received. Until the customer order is received, you can postpone, and when the order arrives at your store, when the order is surely given to you, you can always get the particular product from the supplier and make the product available to the customer. Next is facilities. Facilities, when we talk about the facilities, it means the manufacturing facility, it means the warehousing facility. Okay, it means the when we talk about the warehousing, the cross docking, the distribution center, and the storage, the common storage facilities. Cost related to the number and location of facilities in a network. So actually there is a cost related to the number and location of facility in a network, cost associated with the operations in these facilities. So these are the costs which you have to incur, since you don't have any physical store. Your presence is online. When your presence is online, so your facilities must be in good numbers and at the proper location. Your location will have the more impact in the customer services and the cost especially. So location has to be considered more. You see the prime locations of the city, they have the more warehouses and the more distribution centers than any other place in the city. For example, I would like to give you example of the Sorabgod. Sorabgod is the point where you uh, start connecting, Karachiites start connecting themselves to the superhighway. So it is the point where the city is emerging uh, into the countryside or the suburbs of Karachi city. So you see this at that point there are many warehouses you see, and the reason is this location really facilitates the distributors, the manufacturers in providing the better availability to their customer and reducing their cost as well. So the location is very, very important in prime. Next is transportation. In transportation, lower cost of transporting information goods in digital form. Obviously, it is a negligible cost because the information is available on your website, and you just have to update the information for thousands of customers in a single span of time. You don't have to talk to every customer. This is our promotion, this is our offering, this is our availability, these are the procedures of ours. Every information is mentioned on the website, every promotions, every pricing, uh, every availability is there on the website. So you don't have to be to incur any cost of transporting the information. For non-digital, aggregating inventories increases outbound transportation. So you see, when we talk about the uh, physical goods, the aggregating inventories increases outbound transportation. When you try to aggregate the inventory, for example, I have given orders of 10 products to the online retailers. When I give order to the online retailers of 10 products, the 10 products won't be at my warehouse. It can be into two warehouses, three warehouses, or sometimes multiple warehouses as the order becomes greater. Okay, for example, I give the order to the retailer, online retailer of 20 products, 30 products. Then the movement of or the aggregating the inventories will become the costly matter. So you see the outbound transportation. Outbound transportation is reaching to the customers. Okay, for reaching to the customers, and since you have to reach to every single customers, so your outbound cost will increase, and when your outbound transportation cost increases, your overall transportation cost increases, and your transportation cost is increases, it means your logistics cost is increasing. So you see the transportation cost also increases when the oil prices are way higher. Like nowadays the oil prices are not high, so the transportation won't be very expensive. Aggregating inventory won't be uh, a burden for you. But after some time, this can be a burden when the oil prices are high in the international market. The next is information, share demand, planning and forecasting information throughout its supply chain. So what happens, the information is share uh, demand, planning and forecasting information throughout supply chain. So the sharing of information is very quick, and throughout supply chain means the supplier, the manufacturer, the distributor, or the other intermediaries in between, they get the information very quick of the demand, and they can plan easily, and they can forecast uh, through the information they get from the online services. Additional cost to build and maintain the information infrastructure. This is very, very important. This is the cost which has the critical importance and the critical value in the online sales. If the online retailer does not bear the cost of the information infrastructure, it would be very difficult to improve the effectivity of the customer experience and reduce the cost. The both the profitability of the supply chain of the online retailer is on the investment of the information infrastructure. There can be no compromise on them. Okay, the biggest online uh, uh, business Amazon has, and Amazon is one of the top companies of the world, and the reason is they have the best in class information infrastructure. In fact, they can provide these services to other companies for having their database and big data with them. So you see, they are not only facilitating themselves, they are facilitating others as well, or they are making the good amount of money through sharing the infrastructure. So Amazon is one of the pioneer in sharing the information, uh, sharing the infrastructure. So cloud computing and the infrastructure investment has totally reduced to many companies, and the e-retailer has also the option then that the many companies like Amazon, they are offering the very good infrastructure uh, which can be rent out to by any retailer. So any retailer can rent out their infrastructure services to the big companies where they can store their data, and where they can analyze their data, process their data, and just pay a monthly rent to them on different offerings through licenses and through different maintenance charges. There are a few challenges which I would like to tell you. The safety of the data is crucial. Uh, the confidentiality of the data can be compromised because your data is online, and uh, it can be misused by any of your vendor or by any of your service provider, but also the other people who are on internet. So your data can be theft and misused. So you need to take care about it so that it won't be problematic for you when the businesses move ahead. So these are all the areas which are over here. So this is your assignment, that what you have to do. You have to take any uh, online retailer of your choice, uh, like Daraz, and you can see by looking at this specific example that what is the impact of the particular area for their businesses. So you need to rank it accordingly. Uh, Very positive, positive, neutral, negative, very negative. Whatever you think, they have impact in different areas. This is the example given for the online sales of computer Dell. So you see the Dell uh, retail and online supply chain. This is almost the comparison. So this is almost the comparison. Through this comparison, you see they have reduced the stage of the supply chain. So there is no retail store over here. When there is no retail store, there is no margin has to be allocated to the retail store. So the margin is in the pocket of the manufacturer, and with this margin, the better services can be given to the customer. Or the Dell, if you take Dell as a manufacturer, so Dell can invest in the information infrastructure, the particular margin for the better customer services and to better utilization of the data they are keep gathering. So you see the stage is shortened, okay, and the services are better to the customer. So when the stage is shortened and the services are better, there is nothing like it. It is the win-win situation. The customer is getting more and the manufacturer is also making more profit. So both are at the winning side. So this is the important point, especially in the hardware sales, in the computer hardware sales. This is the example of the computer hardware. Particularly, do not apply everywhere. This is particularly for the computer hardware, which the Dell utilized in giving the physical store and the online store supply chain. So the next is using online, especially if we talk about the computer. So what is the impact on them, on the Dell or the any company which has the hardware sales? Impact of online sales on customer service: delay in fulfilling customer request. As I already told you, it takes a good amount of time to deliver to the customer at the doorstep or the promised point. So it is delayed. Impact of online sales on cost: reduce inventory cost. The inventory cost is reduced. The lower facility cost, the facilities are reduced. So that's why the uh, cost is also reduced. The higher total transportation cost, as we already discussed, because of the outbound transportation cost. The incremental increase in information cost, the information cost is keep increasing, okay, because you need to invest on your information infrastructure. So this is the assignment which I just gave you before. It is the depiction of the online retailer. You can take the example of Dell or any hardware store. So you see this is the impact for customized hardware, impact for a standard low cost hardware. So when you see the customer is ordering the standard low cost hardware, and when the customer is ordering the customized hardware, so there are different. The response time, you see the response time is far lower on the low cost hardware. Okay, so the product variety is more for the customized. For low standard, it is neutral. They are indifferent because they are asking, the customers are asking for the standard hardware. So you see, these are all the gradings of the performance of the hardware seller through online. So our tailored supply chain network, a hybrid model can be very effective. If you see, the hybrid model can be effective in which you use the online plus the physical store. More significant as hardware becomes more of a commodity, its hybrid or tailoring of supply chain more become significant, means it is more valuable as hardware becomes more of a commodity. Commodity means it becomes the necessity, and plus it is customers are indifferent. Customers are indifferent about the brand of the particular product. It becomes the commodity. So commodity is the unbranded product. So due to the so high demand, the hardware become the commodity. Take advantage of the strengths of both online sales and the traditional and the distribution channel. So sometimes it is advantageous that you can use the hybrid. Hybrid means when you use the online and the physical channel together. So when you go for the hybrid distribution, you can be able to take the best out of the both online as well as the traditional. Customer service, if you see the customer service, the internet has not shortened supply chains. Supply chains has not been shortened. The as far as customer service is concerned, so customer service impact, if we try to see the increased selection convenience, the supply chain has not reduced. For example, the you see the physical, if the physical store is not present, so you have to go online retailer, and sometimes the online retailer is the manufacturer. If the online retailer is the manufacturer, then only the supply chain is shortened. Otherwise, you see it is not shortened. Okay, it is not shortened at all. Increased selection and convenience. It increased selection and convenience to the customers. Impact of online sales on cost, which we have already discussed. Reduce inventory cost, lower facility cost, higher. This is the example of Amazon actually. So you see the Amazon has the, since we already discussed about the Amazon, so you have a good idea. The increase in the information cost, the Amazon has the total transportation cost because of the outbound transportation, the lower facility cost because of the few facilities, and there are no outlets for the higher cost. Reduce inventory cost, since you have less inventory because you can manage the inventory whenever you get the order. So this is the performance of the physical books and the e-books. So you see the response time is better in e-books. The product variety is almost same for the physical book and e-book. It is the physical book and e-book means, for example, if you buy the e-book, you always have a choice. Either you go for the e-book or the physical book. Okay, so it is the product variety actually. Few people like to read through the ebook, especially the young generation. They are interested in ebooks, and the generation who are older than that, they prefer the physical books. If you prefer the physical books, you have the different performance of the cost and the customer experience, and over here you have the different experience. So this is the um, uh, comparison in totality of the physical books and ebooks of the online books retailer. So you see the supply chain network for books, traditional bookstores pressured for both ends, Amazon more efficient. So traditional bookstores pressured from both ends. Traditional bookstores have the pressure from the both ends. The customers require the book, and the distributor or the publisher, they also pressure to have the number of books so that they can get the discount. So this kind of pressure has been overcome through the online, and it becomes the efficiency for the online retailers. If we take the example of the grocery store, see, grocery store, having the grocery store is quite critical and quite challenging. It is not easy since there is too much variety of the grocery. You see, if we take the example of any big international store like Macro Metro, they have more than hundred of thousand of products with them. So when they have more than hundred of thousand of products with them, so what happened? It is very challenging for them to manage the variety, and especially the obsolescence of the particular product. And sometimes you have to make the product available to the customer, uh, especially the um, perishable product. So for example, vegetable, you have to make the vegetable available to the customer. So you see, making the vegetable and fruits and other perishable, meat and other perishable have to be available to the customer. So it is very challenging, and sometimes you need to have the refrigerated transportation for making the product safely and in the right condition available to your customer. So this is very interesting and very challenging, and nowadays it is the more demanding uh, than ever before. So most of the companies like Daraz has switched to the grocery sales. So let's see. So the impact of online sales on customer experience is sell convenience and time saving, offers less variety, creating a personalized shopping experience and customized advertisement and promotion. Basically, online sales is quite challenging since you need to make the product. For example, if you want to order the perishable like vegetable from Daraz, so you have to order a day ahead. Day ahead you have to order, and after a day you will get the product. And sometimes you may ask, okay, I want this product, and they might say, okay, this product is not available. So because of the perishable and the managing of the good, or the freshness of the good, they have to deal in the less variety. So if you see the cost, reduce inventory cost since they give the uh, good amount of time for delivering the order. Higher facility cost due to picking operation, since they have to manage the product available, manage the product to the customer, and they have to pick the product from different places due to the freshness and other reasons, or having the low inventory. So it has it increases their cost. Significantly higher total transportation cost. The total transportation cost is higher because of, as I already told you, there is too much variety, and for all they need to manage through their transportation. Increase in information cost, as you know, in the online cost increase. At this point is quite important and quite distinct to understand. Higher facility costs due to picking up operations. Picking up operations जो हैं वो आप इसको समझ लेंगे. Picking up means when you get the orders from different customers, so you have to pick up the product from the warehouse. Uh, So you have to pick up the orders from the warehouse as per the requirement of the customers. So it requires you to invest a lot in the picking up of the product. So delivery order has to be picked up from the warehouses. It really has a cost, since the warehouse has to be very huge due to the number of products, as I already mentioned, the hundred of thousand of the products. So picking up operation has the higher cost, since you need the forklifter or the manual lever for managing that. So this is the performance. You see, you can take any online grocery store, and this is your another assignment, and you need to see the impact of these all, the customer experiences or the customer uh, uh, response dimensions and the cost dimensions. This is the example of the Peapod. Peapod is the grocery chain. This is for your consumption only. So you can see that as per your time availability, you can see how they are managing. So how they are valuing. We can have it. Value of online sales to traditional grocery chain complement the strengths of their existing network. Uh, Basically, online sales complementing the strength. Complementing means increasing, enhancing the strength of their existing network. They already had the network. Now they are better utilizing the network through giving the online services as well. Offer an entire array of services at differing prices based on the amount of work the customer does. Basically, differing prices किसे कहते हैं? Differential pricing कहते हैं. Differential pricing is something which is being offered for the different services. For example, you purchases online and you are being told that for timely delivery in 1 hour you will have to pay the transportation cost, and if we pay you, if you deliver you after a day, you have to bear the negligible cost, and if we deliver you after a week, then you will have to bear no cost. So these are the differential prices. So it depends upon the customer needs. Sometimes the customer will pay you and sometimes they will not. So this you can have the entire array of services. Array कहते हैं bundle of, ठीक है? The bundle of services. This is the example of Netflix. Netflix, as you already know, Netflix is one of the biggest online DVD and online streaming website through which you can watch any of your as per your any of your requirement. So it is offering the services differential pricing to different customers, and it has become the cheapest nowadays. I think you might using this Netflix. If not, then you will be using after some time. It is the prediction the TV will be obsolete after some time, and the young generation especially, they will switch to the Netflix, because the Netflix customers are keep increasing and they are offering their services in a very low prices. So if you see the graph, the customers are keep increasing and the prices are keep lowered by the Netflix. So there is a possibility the Netflix will offer their services in a very negligible price, like the amount you need to pay to your cable services. So instead of paying to the cable operator, you will be paying to the Netflix and watching the everything of your choice, either it is the latest or the old. So this is something very dynamic in the current environment. So Netflix has become the biggest uh, distributor and the distributor uh, of the videos. So you see the staggering, since it is showing the DVDs. Previously, the DVDs used to be sold from Netflix in a great number. Then the video streaming started, and when the video streaming started, the DVDs sale was not obviously was not preferred by the customers. So the Netflix can make the staggering selection and an excellent recommendation engine. This recommendation engine has the uh, highest value in the entertainment industry. You see in the YouTube as well, uh, the recommendation engine has the highest uh, uh, impact on the customers as far as entertainment business is concerned, and it has the negative impact as well, uh, like the YouTube or the other services will be recommending you as per your current standing. For example, if you are standing on the uh, on some strange video, so the YouTube will be recommending accordingly. And by the way, you are on the strange video accidentally, but the YouTube has started recommending you alike videos. So because of that, you start indulging yourself in watching the strange or the negative videos where the terrorism is there, where the wrong information is there. So you see the recommendation engine as the negative impact as far as the open environment is concerned, like YouTube. But as far as Netflix is concerned, since they have the uh, controlled environment, they only upload the videos by themselves. So this is not there. But the open website recommendation engine is extremely challenging. I came to listen to the podcast in which the uh, YouTube programmer quit the job, and the reason was the recommendation engine, because he wanted to change the recommendation engine, but the authority or the management never wanted, because through the recommendation engine they are having the huge business, so they cannot stop or they cannot alter they don't want to alter the recommendation engine. They because of that, but he was afraid because the people are becoming the extremely dangerous because of the recommendation engine, especially the people who don't have the social life and who are not privileged having the loved ones around, so they spend their most of time online. So the recommendation engine start recommending them, and in the spiral process they get entangled in these strange and very dangerous videos in which uh, uh, they basically pile up the bad material in the viewer's mind, and after some time uh, the viewer get very dangerous and very harmful for the people around. So you see impact of online sales on cost. So impact of online sales on cost is reduced. You already see. We could see the considerable higher total transportation cost. Increased streaming will reduce transportation cost. See the dynamism of this industry. The streaming has really reduced the transportation cost, since they don't have to ship the DVDs. They streaming never requires any kind of transportation. So yes, but they have to have the more cost on the information, since the infrastructure is required for the streaming. You need to have a very huge databases and the high power servers, which can accommodate or which can facilitate millions of customer uh, in a go or at once. So it really requires the high investment, not on facility, but on the infrastructure. So you see these are the impact for DVDs and impact for the digital content. So you see these are the impact for DVDs, these are impact for digital content. You can also compare with other businesses as well. Almost we are done. So this is the these are the last slides, so you can read it yourself. There is no information such new available. These are the practices the ownership structure of the distribution network can have as big as an impact as the type of the distribution network. It is important to have adaptable distribution networks. Product price commoditization and critically affect the type of distribution system preferred by customers. Integrate the internet with the existing physical network. Traditional, these are the example of Indian, since it is not of our concern right now. Since the Indian market has the same environment like us, so you can use these example for your better understanding. So let's call a day, and it's been wonderful among you, and this chapter is over, alhamdulillah.